Hello everyone, my name is Gabriela Medina. During this presentation, I will be discussing affordable childcare in my town, Clark, New Jersey, for children between the ages of 3 months to 3 years. The current issues at hand are availability and the affordability and the quality of care that children can get between this age in a childcare center. In my current town, there seems to be a need for more centers based on the current child population at hand. When inquiring about childcare availability, the average waiting period for a stop is about 8 months to a year. Pregnant women in conversation are usually suggested to get on a waiting list as soon as they become pregnant in order to have a spot within 3 months of the baby's life. After getting on this list, you have to then save for the amount of money that they're going to charge you for the childcare. The information here is shared from one of the most affordable child centers nearby my home. On average, in Clark, child care cost for children 3 months to 17 months full time is $1,054 monthly, and for children between the ages of 18 months to 29 months is $1,805. This pricing does not include lunch and snack, which is $525 a day. One of the main issues that I came across with the community coordinated childcare application is the income limits that it has. A family of 4 cannot make no more than $44,700. One extra dollar would disqualify you for the subsidy. One of the main issues is that this application does not account for any expenses like a mortgage or rent, utilities, or food. Many childcare centers do not accept the subsidy as well, because of the payment submission process that has become so tedious that many are choosing to opt out of accepting it altogether. One of the things that I feel that are most important after speaking to a director from a child care center is the undetected early intervention. Early socialization and learning are crucial for young children. Families are encouraged to engage in brain development activities for the infants from birth. Early intervention is essential as children require stimulation to build cognitive and social skills as early as possible. And if a child lacks this, as an observer and a professional, they're able to detect this sooner than later, being able to help a child earlier than later. Let's fix this. The following two can be a solution. One can be increase the income limits of the CCCC application and also account for expenses as deductibles. Simplifying the process of submitting the paperwork from the child care facilities to the state will also allow for more centers to accept the subsidy. Less work, more vouchers. The state should also be able to fund this. If the CCCC application is not available, the state should be able to funding, because allocating this from the state budget will allow for children to be able to learn and advance skills as early as possible. Early detection of developmental delay is crucial for ensuring proper education through early intervention, which is only available up to the age of 3. By enhancing this child development from the start, we can give children the opportunity to catch up and reach their full potential if possible. Having state funding as a grant will also allow for taxes not to be raised within communities. Most of the communities use their taxes toward education, but we can leave that for kindergarten to 12th grade. And having this program set for other families through state funding and grants will allow the families that do need this to go and leave their children and be accepted into these programs. And families who don't want it can also just potentially just start their children within pre-K and kindergarten. Not all families are going to need the service for their children between the ages of 3 months to 3 years. But the option should be available for the community to have there for anyone who have children. When you want to look at the early detection of any disabilities that might be displayed, that is the proper place to see the children socialize, to see the children's in action, allowing the providers to be able to see and detect through observation if early intervention is needed. Not only will this assist children, but working families will be able to save childcare expense, allowing help with any financial burden they might have. Advocacy is the only way to go. Advocate for free early childhood education through the Department of Education, but funded through the state. Ensure all children are entitled to this no matter their background. Early intervention services can change a child's development path and improve outcomes for children, families, and communities. And this is the advocacy that needs to be get done in order to ensure that a bill is passed and some sort of law is in place where this option is available for all and any child that it needs to be in a school setting. The goal is to get the state governor to include a budget amount for early intervention in order for it to be free throughout the entire state, allowing the program to be available for everyone. Letters can be created through a one-click system, allowing participation of everyone even if they don't have a child. This will create the awareness of the issue at hand. Getting the local towns, BOE, superintendent, and mayor involved and engaged will assist in getting the proposed bill into law. Ideally, I would like for the governor's approval of the bill for the entire state of New Jersey. Proposing a bill that provides the right for children from 3 months to 3 years to have an option to go to a free school-based program and ensure a safe and learning environment. Focusing on early childhood detection. The first step will be to engage the community locally during Board of Education Council meetings and using social media to disperse information. Involving the broader community also means engaging the town's Board of Education. Their participation is essential in amplifying our voices and ensuring our concerns are heard through established connections. Working together, we can advocate more effectively for the changes we need. Advocating for free education for all children, ensuring early childhood education access is available. We want to promote inclusivity and opportunity. Support a system where all children, regardless of their family situation, have access to quality early education, fostering long-term community benefits. Please take a look at a sample letter needed to get started. Dear Governor's name, I am writing to urge you to take action to ensure that education through the Board of Education is free for all children, regardless of age or background. Education is a fundamental right, and it is crucial that we create a system that supports the development of every child in our community. I propose the creation of a bill that not only acknowledges the obligations for children to attend school starting at age 6, but also ensures that early childhood education is available for all children aged 3 months to 3 years old. Early learning is vital in shaping a child's future, and providing accessible, quality education at this age will greatly benefit the children in our community as a whole. I believe this initiative will promote inclusivity and opportunity for all, and I ask for your advocacy and participation in making this vision a reality. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sincerely, have the name, a contact information. If somebody's part of the Board of Ed, they can include that in there. But this gives a one-click access where you're just putting in your name and your contact information. It's easy. It's available to be sent through some sort of online system where you just one click and it gets sent directly to the governor's email address. I think that this is something that where we can start it locally to then continue expanding it with other towns and other counties and ensure so that this becomes something that it's recognizable throughout the entire state. In 1973, the Supreme Court ruled in San Antonio Independent School District versus Rodriguez that education is not explicitly protected in the U.S. Constitution. However, the Constitution can help ensure that all students have equal access to an educational experience. Allowing children from 3 months and older to have a school-based program available for them for free would allow for students to have equal access to an educational experience. Some parents might want to put their children in private school. Some parents might look into some sort of other systems in place. But having this option available for the community would be so helpful in so many different ways. Children will be able to flourish from a younger age. After COVID, a lot of kids were left behind in in regards to reading levels and math levels. And having our children so young interact in school, being social and learning, can assist with this big gap that we have going on right now in our educational system.